She bring the purse, I be busting them plays. Guess I'm a trap addy. I'm so high with a rock high fashion, yeah. If you want drink, you can.
What is up, guys? So I know it's been a long time. It's Spencer. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to be doing a podcast with Mr. Isaac here. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we'll get right to it.
How everybody doing? I'm Isaac. I just want to do a shout out to all four of my kids, Robert, Isaac, Azalea, and Kingston, Franklin. Get back to it there, Spence.
All right, my guy. So Isaac actually is a employee with us at Roots Chris, and he's been working there for a while. Great work ethic, and maybe a year or two, or I don't know if he's maybe a year. At a steakhouse, he actually turned partially vegan. Is that correct?
Yes,
Partially.
probably like a little over a year and a half now. We're looking at now.
Year and a half. So, yeah, you're probably wondering, like, a guy that works at a steakhouse is vegan. You're like, what? It doesn't make any sense. Well, until we get into what we're gonna get into today. So, what made you come up with that idea? So how did it all start?
Honestly, I tried it a few years ago, and it didn't work for me because I tried to stop everything all at once, and I just couldn't do it, you know.
Right.
And then I wanted to try it again because I knew it was a better way of eating. So what I did was I cut out little things first, and then gradually worked on.
Right. Now, when you first tried to do it, was that just because you wanted to do something better for you, or was it for the environment, or how would you say that? What made you finally click to that new diet?
Honestly, I got an uncle and an aunt that's been full vegan for over 20 some years, and they introduced the life to me, and he was just telling me all of the health benefits that comes with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about high blood pressure. You don't have to take a bunch of medicine, and it's just better for you in general, and you can digest it.
Oh, 100%. Now I actually do have, I think I have one good friend. His name's Jacob. I actually met him like a year ago, and we had taken a trip to Florida, and he had taken me to like a whole bunch of vegan restaurants. He only brushes his teeth with like canola oil and stuff like that. So like, or I don't know the exact oil, but yeah, he showed me a cool like a vegan style, but of course I wasn't raised like that, so I'm more than happy to try something new. But we'll get right to it. So the second time that you try to become vegan, what made you do that?
Honestly, I just wanted to try something different. You know, everybody says that this and that is hereditary, and you know, my grandmother had this, and oh, I'm gonna have this, and you know, diabetes or whatever. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, if that's the case, what can I do to help me not be in that situation?
Right.
And so, changing the way you eat. I mean, if things are hereditary, then you're eating the same things that your grandmother and so forth then made for
past
generation
right.
food. So if that's the same thing that we keep doing, then how about we change that?
Right.
And then we'll see what happens. You know, and then like another thing for me is like, you know, I might be jumping a little bit far, but we have label warnings on everything. Why don't we have label warnings on food, on what it does to our body?
Like tobacco products.
Exactly, like bleach products, anything. Even the car have warning labels about the airbags.
Now, what do you think on processed food?
Processed food is no good.
Now, what?
Know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've never ate processed food because I wasn't, you know, brought up to be a vegan or a vegetarian. I did eat a lot of processed stuff coming up as a kid, you know what I mean? But it's no good for you. It's no good for you.
Now, do you think all meat are processed, or what certain meats are there that are complete?
No, I don't think all meat is processed. I think a good bit of the meat that we consume is processed. But if anybody that want to eat meat or consume meat, I think, in my personal opinion, if that's something that they want to do, I think they should do something like farm raised. Maybe they raise it themselves, some livestock, and do it that way. Because what are you really eating when they give them all that medicine?
Oh yeah, because animals have like
Yeah,
pesticides and
yeah.
stuff like that.
So when they give them all that medicine, you're gonna ingest that medicine
Right.
as well. So what is that medicine doing to you? Are they testing that medicine on human to see what happens in the long run?
I mean, I feel like all farms are like pesticides, but do you think they give all animals medicine? I mean, I guess they have to for inspections, or no?
No, I mean if you raised your own, let's say you raised a couple of chickens and a goat or
Pigs.
two or a pig or two or whatever. I don't think you're gonna have to give them any type of pesticides because you're not raising a lot of them. So you're not having the risk of injuries and this pig being sick, giving it to this pig. See what I'm
Right.
saying? It's the population is not as big.
Right. Now, what's your thoughts on like hog farms?
They're disgusting.
Dude. All right,
They're-
so
A pig will eat anything.
right.
Literally anything.
Now, so mainly, you had watched this show called What the Health, right?
Correct.
And where can you find that?
On Netflix is where I
Netflix.
found it at.
So it's actually kind of interesting. He actually told me about it not too long ago, and of course, I didn't look into it until literally last night. And so I actually watched the movie itself. It's about like an hour and 30.
Did you
And-
like it?
Oh man, I had to watch it twice. So the second time I watched it, I actually wrote a couple of things down. I kind of want to go back into the meat poverty. So we also do have the chicken. Now chicken and red beef. Which one do you think you would like be completely worse for you?
The real question is, do you want to be hung or shot?
Okay, that was like one of the quotes. Right.
Because you if you live in a I guess you would say a country town or whatever, or a country area, you see them trucks riding around packed full of chickens. They can't even move.
Yeah. So now, like thinking about it, they showed it in the show as well.
And look at how some of them look. They look sickly and nasty.
Sick
and you can't wait to eat them.
Well, not even that. They also like all farm animals, not all, but most farm animals actually lay next to dead animals. Right.
Correct.
And they actually like hogs, like
Mm-hmm.
they also feed dead hogs to the hogs.
Correct.
So you're actually, when they cut it down, clean it, or however they do it, they actually still have that pesticide, the medicine. It's just so I do agree. How would you consider going on a different route of being vegan?
Well, I say that you should eat more like whole foods. When I say whole foods, like raw broccoli, carrots, fruits, and vegetables and stuff like that. We are what we eat, And if you think about it, what are we made out of? How we made up? We're made up out of dirt and stuff, right?
Oh, plants. Yeah.
Okay. So if we're made up out of dirt, right, and we got the same chemicals, as the dirt
As
do,
plants,
right?
yeah.
And if we keep putting pesticides on the ground, right, and they keep killing off everything, and they got to keep putting more fertilizer because the soil is getting weaker. What do you think you're doing to your body?
You're eating
Right, the chemicals that they're putting on the
Right.
on the farm. So you'll never be 100%
clean.
clean, is what I'm getting at, because of the simple fact that it's in the air. So nothing will be 100% organic.
Right.
But just be mindful of the things that you eat and consume. Like soda, it's no good for you. Why are you consuming things that you can't even pronounce?
Right. Now, what about fish?
There's a lot of mercury in it.
Oh man. What are like a couple other things that fish have? What would be like top 3?
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything.
No. 100%.
You know what I mean?
No, I wrote it down. I was just trying to see if I remembered myself.
But Mercury is a big one. You don't want to be messing around with a lot of that stuff. And I'm gonna say another thing real quick, and it's gonna be a little off topic, but kind of
No,
on
you're good.
topic. A lot of people say these things are like say no to drugs, right? They're like, oh, drugs are bad.
Right.
And, woo woo woo. Why don't we have that same energy towards food? Because the things that it's doing to our bodies.
Yeah. But
Somebody won't want to do this drug or that drug because of what happens to you long term, right? So if you continue to eat this, what's going to happen to you long term? We don't
Right.
talk about that enough, but we get so worked up about drugs.
is it because we need food to
I think we
survive?
need water more than food.
But no, but like they all right. So whoever they are, like that, don't put the labels onto those things. Don't you think they're doing it for the money?
Yes.
Because we need food to survive, not drugs to survive.
I mean,
See what I'm saying? So it's like it blows over everyone else's head.
yes.
Because it's in a grocery store and you don't need an ID for it.
Exactly. And the other thing is this: you're dependent on the government. You think he's going to tell you the right things. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, yeah, this is right. He said it's right because what is the FDA official stamp? You know what I mean?
Right.
But then who financed those companies and stuff? These big farmers.
I actually wrote down a couple
Of
those companies.
It's all a scheme, in my personal opinion.
Now, so we have associations and sponsor. So we have American Diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
We also do have American Cancer Society. We have Susan G. Komen. And then all those associations are making money off the people that are off the things that are causing those diseases. So it's just one giant triangle or circle, or it's one giant loop that it's just a giant scam in a thing.
Oh,
If you think about it. Now, with the now, don't you think that we should had became fur fur whores? Fur whores? What is that?
for I don't know what you got down there, but
Yeah, well, I think it's a fur where you're supposed to now us as mammals or us humans compared to like a bear or something, we don't have the correct jaw and the you see what I'm getting at? We don't have the correct
Yes.
jaw or the
intestines,
the
digestive-
intestines,
digestive system.
that are supposed to be omnivores.
Right. Because any true meat eater don't have to change the form of it to consume it.
Right.
We can't just go out here and bite an animal and swallow a chunk of meat. You got to chew
Right.
that thing up first.
Well, not even that. We would have to probably still cook it too, because we would get sick.
Exactly. So we're not true meat eaters. Any true meat eater, you alligators, crocodiles, snakes, lions, bears, they just eat it
Right.
in chunks. They don't chew it. They just swallow it.
Now, do you think they what's the word I'm looking for? You think they have to digest it differently than we do?
Oh, 100%.
Because we don't.
100%. Now, I'm not sure if it's which way it goes because, like I said, I don't know everything, but
Right.
I'm pretty sure they got more acid in their stomach to break that stuff down
Right.
than we do. If you think about it, beef sits in your system for at least a week after you eat it before it gets broken down. So it's just rotting away. And then the other thing a lot of people don't think about is when you go to the store and pick up that pack of chicken or pork chops or that ground beef or whatever it is that you want to go pick up, how long ago was that animal killed?
Who knows?
Was it killed this year, last year, 2 months ago?
Because you can freeze meat and
Exactly.
it can last way longer.
Exactly. So how long ago was it when they shot that cow or that pig or goat or whatever you decided to go to the grocery store and get?
I have no idea.
Exactly. And then if you think about it, everybody knows when anything dies, immediately it starts breaking down.
Right.
So
Decomposition.
Yeah. So you're eating meat that is decomposing. So for it to not start breaking
man.
down so much, they have to put something in it correctly. Or I'm assuming.
Do you think they skin it? like before they let it decompose.
Well, they're gonna skin the animal anyway before they start chopping it up into
Right. So
whatever.
do you think it would have enough time to decompose, or
They probably kill it, chop it up right then and there, in my personal opinion, or they probably kill it and then hang it for a while, and then somebody take it off and cut it up in some factory or something. That's just my personal opinion. I've never worked in a butcher shop or nothing like that, but I can only imagine that.
close to it?
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So, hey, to each his own, I guess.
So what are you eating now?
I eat a lot of salads, and people. I get this question a lot. Well, what do you do for a burger if you want a burger? Well,
There's vegan burgers, I think.
there is, and a lot of people think that's a good way to go about it, but that's all processed too. So you want to be careful with that as well. You know, you don't want to eat a whole bunch of processed stuff. Why do you want to process? It's no good for you. Nothing
Right.
about it is good for you.
Now, do you think fruit can have like,
Oh yes, so good for you.
but like, do you think it could be bad in a way as well? Because like, for people to grow plants and stuff, they spray stuff on them as well, and
Well, you don't have to.
right.
You don't have to. People don't want bugs on it and all this, that, and the third. I mean, you have to understand we sharing the world with animals.
Yeah.
So
Nature, I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, we already cutting down all the trees and putting everything up, and the animals don't have nowhere to go. So I mean, we got at least share the food that you grow with them.
Now, when you turn vegetarian, or wait, are you vegan or vegetarian?
I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
I'm trying to get there. The reason why I'm not 100% vegan is because I just can't stop eating cheese right now.
Okay.
The cheese is so good for me right
Oh
now. I love
man, I'm
cheese.
glad you brought up cheese because guess what, dude?
Yes, I know.
Oh man, so cheese, dude. What a great topic to jump into. So in What the Health, they were describing cheese because it went into dairy. That cheese, I don't know exactly what was bad about the cheese itself, which you can probably get into, but they were saying about how cheese is always on pizza commercials. They're always on kids lunches, Lunchables. It was just multiple scenes of why cheese was being held accountable for the commercial aids. I'll definitely put it in the description below so you guys can watch it. It's on YouTube if you don't have Netflix. But if you want to get into cheese, you probably know a little bit more I do.
Well, it's like basically like cheese is a dairy thing, and dairy is the number one cause of respiratory problems, and they'll tell you that on that show. And
Hip replacement, right?
yeah, and when you go on that show, they're gonna go on there and they're gonna show you, and he's gonna try to talk to different people about certain things, and they turn him down because they know that what he's saying is correct, you know. But cheese is like, and it says it on the show. I'm not making it up. You can go look for it yourself. But they said that cheese is like heroin. You know, it releases the dopamines in your brain, and anybody already know we have our own dopamines, you know, automatically. But that's why cheese is so addictive, and that's why a lot of people like cheese the way they do. But yeah, you don't want to be eating that stuff. That stuff is bad.
Now,
It's good, but it's bad. And there's vegan cheese out there, believe it or not.
now, what makes it exactly vegan? Just the taste, or like what do they substitute it?
What you mean?
Now, what? All right, so when you say like vegan burgers or like vegan cheese, like what do they substitute it to make it?
It's all plant based. I have no idea
Really?
what it is. Just the same thing as there's this thing that I get because you know, everybody like eggs or whatever. It's called Just Egg, and it's in a bottle, right there in the egg section. You know,
Yeah,
in the
Walmart
grocery
or
store,
something,
yeah. And it's called Just Egg in a little bottle, and it's plant based. And you cook it up, and it don't taste like egg
Right.
because it's not an egg, obviously, but it is pretty
Now-
close.
Now that sounds like, don't you think that kind of like is a mentality? Like vegans only do it because you're used to it, so they change it to a different for your eyesight. You know what I'm saying? So like it changes. It's like
because you eat with
hypnosis.
your eyes first.
Yeah.
You know, if something look good, you're automatically gonna think, "Oh my God, it's so good." You know what I mean? if something looks bad, you're gonna, oh, that's nasty, and you're gonna automatically think it's nasty. You're not gonna try it because
Right.
we eat with our eyes first. So if anything, that don't look appetizing, we're not gonna try it. That's just who we are as people.
Right. Now, did you know that we start digesting food before it's even in our mouth? Because
Yeah.
when we like see it, smell it, or we know it's coming, or we just probably hear like a description of it, our taste buds and our saliva already start breaking down
Mhm.
inside of our mouth, and it's already like waiting. Like
Yeah,
right now, I could be like I'm starving, but
Yes,
month.
like when you first put it, you take a bite, your saliva instantly starts helping break down your food along with
That's
the chewing it
crazy.
up process. And then the acid. It's 3 steps to breaking down your food. A lot of people don't even know that.
Oh, what were
And
the
the more
steps? Because
the-
I only know.
The saliva,
Okay.
the chewing it up, and then the acid part that's in your stomach. That's
Right.
the final steps of it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't even know this, but you're supposed to chew your food at least 100 times before you even swallow it.
Really?
Yeah, look it up.
Now I wonder if the people that
It helps break down the food faster. It helps to digest your food faster. It's,
right
you know.
slowly eating.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you eat fast, like, why when you eat fast, why does it make you full instantly?
I don't know. I guess because you're eating so fast and the air. I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good.
I don't know.
But enough about what the health. But what a great topic. And
Yeah.
after seeing it, I definitely want to see a change in my diet because I mean I don't eat McDonald's. I do eat Chick-fil-A and Chipotle, but I would definitely want to.
The next time you go there, just try to do this. Get yourself a black bean, pinto bean, brown rice, white rice, some of the corn salsa.
Chipotle.
Yeah, when you go to Chipotle, some lettuce, some tomatoes, and no meat.
And
try it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they have a vegan bowl or vegetarian.
But yeah.
That's kind of neat.
And then I'm pretty sure you had the vegetarian sandwiches that I made at work for lunch,
Yep.
right?
I probably didn't even know.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's probably all just in a mentality way.
There's so many people that came by my house and been like, "Oh, you're vegan, vegetarian. Would you eat grass?"
Right.
And then I make some food up, and they're like, "Oh, this is good. Remember, there's no meat now."
Right now,
And then they just look at me like I'm crazy.
is that how your household is?
I don't demand that on my kids.
Okay,
Because that's not
good.
fair to them.
100%.
They're allowed to eat, chicken nuggets, a cheeseburger, you know what I mean, whatever
Right.
they want. But I just introduce a better life to them. They do eat a lot more, healthier now,
Right.
because that's what we do. But they still get the option to go McDonald's or, you know what I mean?
Right.
They kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you went through it until like you said a year ago, a year and a half.
Yeah. So I don't want to make them feel like they have to do something, and then they, sneaking behind eating a cheeseburger. That's crazy.
It kind of sounds like what's that one show called? It's like 600-pound Life or something like that.
Okay.
When they're like always trying to like sneak away or something like that. But yeah, dude. So next topic, dude. Didn't you want to so you and your gal, right? Are you a single father, right?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
Sadly, but
So there was an incident that you had gone through maybe a month or two ago, or you had just found out about it a month or two ago. Did you want to get into
found out about what?
about paying the wrong person or something like that?
Oh yeah. I had a little incident. I forgot all about it, to be honest with you. That we had talked about it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, man, listen. With life, you just have to keep going. You can't.
Oh, 100%.
It beats on you, but you just got to keep on pumping. You can't quit. But the topic that you was talking about.
Start from the jump though, if you could.
It's okay. So I have kids, and here in America, there's a thing called child support. If you don't know, you have to pay out good money. Okay.
For each, right?
Each kid, not all 4 of them. I was paying for 2 kids.
Okay.
My 2 oldest kids. So, I was working. I've been working at Roof Chris for a few years now. Prior to that, I was working at 32 Palm, which is the Hilton in Ocean City.
Okay. What street?
32nd Street.
32nd.
Yeah, I was doing that, and Ripiano, shout out to those guys and whatnot. But yeah, I was working there, doing 2 jobs, paying child support. It comes right out of your check, just like taxes. You know what I mean? Before you even get your check, it's already out. You know what I mean? And so what had happened was I keep getting these letters in the mail saying that I was in arrears and they was going to suspend my license and all this good stuff. And they did. I even went to jail behind it.
For what?
For driving on suspended license.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got pulled over and said my license was suspended, and they said it was for child support. And come find out, it was a mishap on their behalf. They never even said sorry, apologized, or nothing for it, right? And so kept on going on, kept working. You know, time passes on. I keep getting these same letters in the mail. And I finally go down there, and long story short,
is it like a place or is it like a corporation?
I went to the child support building. What is it? Department of Human Resources, I think is what it's called. So I went out there, and I'm like, "Hey, man, what's going on? You know, I got pay stubs. You know, I don't understand what you're talking about. How I'm in arrears."
Hold on, before you go on, because just in case they or may or I had just gotten lost real quick. So you were driving on a suspended license.
Yes, I was on my way to work actually.
And then they pulled you over because of your license?
No. They pulled me over because it was a bogus pullover.
How did you get your license? Or unless it has nothing to do with this.
What, suspended?
Yeah, so
it was suspended for child support. So they got a thing.
They suspend your license for child support.
Yes,
that's what was blowing me this whole.
Yes, well, this is the thing. I pay child support. I can,
right,
you know
right.
what I mean? You know, I work, so, you know. So they had this thing with, and I don't understand it. And it's just a big get over in the system, you know. But if you don't pay your child support, they suspend your license. Then if you still don't pay your child support, you go to jail.
Oh, man.
Okay? So it's like these deadbeats out here, if they're not going to pay, they're not going to pay no matter if you suspend their license or send them to jail. They're just not going to pay. You know,
well, I mean, either doing those things or helping them pay anyway.
It's not, because if you lock them up, they still can't pay you because they're not working anywhere.
They can't drive to work.
They can't drive to work. They're in jail. Like, right. You know, so what is the point? What are we doing here in America?
No, 100%.
Okay.
Now, all right, so go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah, you good, bro. So I had got pulled over for it or whatever and so forth and the third. And I was on my way to work. I called to the Human Resources, but I called to the corporate office over in Baltimore.
Oh, man.
And called them guys, and they said it was a mishap on their behalf. They had to fax the information over to DMV, or MVA now, excuse me, and get it all situated. And I finally got it situated. And I kept getting these letters in the mail, and I went back down there to our local building.
Right.
And they told me that they was taking my money and giving it to another man's child this whole time.
Oh, man.
So instead of them telling me, they told my job first. So my job thought that I knew, and I had no idea.
How long into the job told you?
Well, I told my job, and then they said, yeah, we knew. And I was thinking to myself, like, well, I didn't know nothing about none of this.
Oh, man. So how'd you finally...
So I'm still now just... basically just paying child support, getting screwed over by the system, the state of Maryland. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the thing to and I want to say something to the people that's watching for a second.
Oh, 100%, dude. Do your thing.
To the men out there that's going through this, that might see this, run across this or whatever, and this clip part or whatever, man, don't stop, don't quit. Keep going. I know that shit is hard. Excuse my language. But I know it's hard. My 11-year-old son, you know, Robert, I don't even get to see him. His mom keep him away from me. And I still pay child support. You know what I mean? I know it's hard. So I got a lawyer for that, fighting, you know what I mean, for that. So anybody that's going through anything close or similar to my situation, man, keep your head up. Just keep going. Just keep going. That's all I can tell you. Just don't give up. And I know it's probably some females that might pay child support out there, but there's a good portion of men that pays the child support. So to the little small amount of women, because I do know a few women that pay child support, keep pushing as well. You know, anybody on that line, just keep pushing. But Yeah, back to our thing. I just had to put that out there because it's crazy. It's
So
crazy.
did you get any of that money back?
No, I got none of that money back.
Now
None of that money back.
do you know that family?
I don't know the family. I don't know nothing. They asked me if I knew. I don't remember the guy last name, but
Right.
it was like a Darren something, and I was like, I don't even know who that is.
That's crazy, dude.
You know what I mean? My kids is Isaac, Robert, Isaiah, and Kingston. You
And
know
Franklin.
what I mean? Franklin. That's right. All of them Franklin.
Yeah. That's too funny.
You know, but yeah, it's crazy how
System.
the system do us. And another thing, like I don't understand what the whole child support thing is like. Okay, we had this thing where the mother go and they can go and get the help and get all this stuff from the state, and then the father got to pay and all this stuff, right? It's like, okay, well, why the mom automatically gets it? Why can't the dad get the kid and see if he can do it without the help from the state?
Right.
You know, why do we have to automatically run to the state for help? We didn't run to the state to get help to make these kids. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So I don't understand why women get to run to the state, get all these help. And there's guys out there because there's some, bad baby moms, you know what I mean,
Right.
that ran off on the kids. I know a few myself, you know what I mean?
No, dude, 100%.
But I'm just speaking on the men behalf right now. You know what I mean? I don't understand why they get the health insurance, the food stamps. They get all this stuff from the state just because they had a kid and they can't take care of the kid and they need help, right? But we didn't never take the kid and put it with the father and see if the father can do it and maintain it without having to go to the state. Yeah, that's what we need to see. And then if the father needs help, then the state needs to come and try to assist and see what we can do and make it right. It shouldn't just be a one-way street
Right.
every time. It's not fair.
No.
It's just not fair.
You think they target, not really target, that's the incorrect word. They give us less opportunities as women because of masculinity, or why do you think it's always women wins? WW.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, what's your thoughts on it, I guess? Like,
I feel like this, and I'm not here to offend anybody by any means, but women they wanted the rights to vote and do the things and be equal like men, right?
yeah, well,
So, in my personal opinion, it's like, so why don't you get up and go work hard like a man? I'm not
Right.
saying that you have to have a hard working labor job, like, building a railroad track or, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that women can't do stuff like that. You can do whatever you want to do. This is, 2023, bro.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, why can't you get up and go out there and work hard and put the hours in that a man have to put in? We have to put in a lot of time.
right. Or 90% of our life.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Women don't really have to do too much, dude. If they look good, bro,
They won.
it's over.
Yeah.
We
But-
have to look good, have money, be tall. We have to have a lot of things going for us.
Well, like, kind of think, like, if there's, like, a 70-year-old man, right, and he has, like, say $1 million yacht, and all he has to do is get 3 19-year-olds to get on his yacht, and it only took them 19 years, and it took them, 79 or, like, 60 or 59 years to get that
Exactly.
yacht. But it makes them so easy for them to get easy access to hardworking items.
Exactly, bro.
Now, I
This
guess
is a woman's world. James Brown was wrong. This is not a man's world.
Yo, it's crazy.
Oh man, it is what it is, bro. That's just where we at with it in these time of days. I love my women though. Don't get it wrong.
No, 100%.
Yeah, I love my women, bro.
I need
But
3 at least.
3.
All right,
Sheesh.
we might have to cut that one out. No, I'm just kidding. Whatchamacallit. But yeah, dude. I just feel like with those kind of factors where we can change. You think out of these 2 items, you think you can, if you had, all right, let me rephrase that. If there were 2 main themes today, what would it be? Out of what we had talked about, what would be the 2 main themes?
probably better health. 'Cause I think everybody needs better health. Because I feel like better health and mental health is the key to life.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to be healthy physically and mentally.
Which one do you need first?
I don't know. That's a hard
Really?
question to ask, to be honest with you, because mental health is so important. A lot of people just overlook it. You know what I mean? In this time of day, like they just overlook it.
Right.
They pass a lot of things off, and it's just like I don't know. I don't agree with it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But I think they're both kind of very important.
I feel like you definitely need mental first though, because I mean you can. Well, you wouldn't. I feel like you wouldn't have the mental, or you wouldn't have the physical without the mental.
Exactly. That's why I said I feel like they're on the same.
Yeah.
You can't like put it. They're like a combo. You can't. You know what I mean? You can't put one in front of the other. They're equal.
Yeah, digging yourself in the sand is not gonna help you get fit.
Not at all. Not at all. But the other one, I don't know. Maybe child support, because that stuff is pretty real, dude.
Yeah.
It's real, and
I would have raised.
and I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I had my first kid when I was 17.
17, dude. I would have
Yeah.
shit on myself.
I'm 17 years old, bro. When I graduated high school, he was exactly 1 week and 6 days.
Hey man, you graduated. That's all that matters.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? So, hey man, shout out to all the dads once again out there, bro. That ain't never stopped. You know, just keep pumping, bro. That's all I can say. And to the ones that ain't doing nothing, you're a sucker. Just know that.
I know a couple of them myself, man.
Me too. You're a sucker. Just know that.
Well, dude, it's I want to say happy birthday again. It is
Thanks
his
again.
birthday.
Thanks again.
He did want to do a podcast on his birthday, so
Yeah.
shout out to him and the advice that he has shared, and shout out to What the Health. I really hope what I had watched was real factors, and we. You want to say anything else before we skedaddle?
Man, listen, just I'm gonna go back to the healthy eating thing real quick. Just try it. Just challenge yourself. Just try it for
That'd be a cool challenge.
you know, a month or so, and just see if you see any results. If you feel any different. Now I'm gonna tell you, at first, when you first do it, you're gonna feel hungry a lot because your stomach is used to being bloated from all that stuff that you're putting in there that blows your stomach and guts up. But once you get past that period, you're good. I don't eat a lot of food. People think, oh, you eating just lettuce and stuff. You got to eat a lot more. I really don't.
Now, vegetables have a lot of protein in it.
Yeah, bro. Everything. Listen, everybody's like, how you gonna get protein? When the last time you heard anybody having a protein deficiency? Exactly. You hear people having fiber deficiency,
Right.
B12 deficiency. They need vitamin D. You know what I mean? But you
Right.
never hear protein. Why is that? Because protein originate in all plants.
Yeah. They try to take off from it, dude. Like, they try to make a lot of money off of protein.
Yeah, it was a big seller point. Like, you go and look now, like, what's his name? Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Right.
He was a bodybuilder. He ate a lot of meat when he was coming up doing that bodybuilding stuff. Go look at him now and do your research on him. That man's a vegan.
Really.
That man's a vegan, and he's still pretty diesel
Right.
at whatever age that he is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just think about it. If he can switch from eating tomahawks and ribeyes and stuff like that all day, every day, just for
Right.
bodybuilding, to go to eating lettuce and stuff. And now this man got a lot of money. He can eat whatever he want to eat whenever he want to eat it. Why do you think he eats vegan stuff?
Right. You think he challenged himself, or do you?
I think he knows that it's a better way of living.
I was about to say he probably watched What the Hell.
He knows it's a better way of living, and it's a scheme, bro.
Right. Dude, please, I do recommend y'all watching it.
I really do. You have to. It's good for you. It's a lot of knowledge, and there's a lot of stuff in it that we didn't talk about, and there's some stuff that we did talk about on
Right.
it.
I mean, we might do a part 2.
Maybe. I mean, hey, who knows? You have to leave some comments and, tell me what you liked about it. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Tell me what else we need to talk about.
Yep. Please leave a comment, like some extra things you guys want me to talk about. get this to 50 likes. That would be kind of lit. Dude, happy birthday, and
I
I'll
appreciate
see you guys next time. We out.
We out.
Hit me up, it's a handle. Light skin bitch like a goddamn panda. Oh, they wanna talk, I'll fuck with that banter. Oh, they wanna talk, I'ma name that slander. Get a coupe with the new one fast. Cool going up in this bitch like a ladder. High on the moon, I be fucking.